What if I told you that within Aquarius lies a divine light, ancient electric, and sealed by God? Until now you were not made to fit in Aquarius. You were chosen to awaken. 8 sacred gifts were placed in your soul, powers too vast for ordinary hearts to carry. And the last of them will not just change your life, but the future of humanity itself. Type in the comments, I am the water bearer. I remember my divine gifts. Tonight the prophecy begins. Aquarius, the moment has come. The stars have turned their gaze toward you, and heaven itself leans closer. For centuries the world has misunderstood. You called you detached, rebellious, unpredictable. But behind every label was a divine disguise. You were never meant to belong to the world. You were meant to renew it. You are the water bearer, the one who carries divine current through time. And within you, 8 sacred gifts were sealed by the Creator Himself. Gifts that once seemed like burdens, isolation, or rejection, but were in truth sacred instruments preparing you for this age, the age of Aquarius. The first light now begins to rise. Gift 1, the gift of divine vision. Before others see you know, you sense revolutions long before they arrive, truths long before they are spoken. It's not imagination, it's prophecy written in your soul. You have glimpsed the blueprints of the future, even when no one believed you. Every time your mind raced ahead, every time you felt the pulse of something humanity could not yet name, you were seeing through the eyes of God. This is why your ideas sometimes scared others, not because they were wrong, but because they were early. You are the dawn before the sun rises. Yet divine vision comes with a price. To see ahead means to stand alone. To hold light before the world awakens means to endure darkness without recognition. But Aquarius, the heavens, never forget those who carried the torch before others knew it was burning. Gift 2. The gift of sacred rebellion. You were born to defy not authority for its own sake, but illusion itself. Every time you questioned systems, refused conformity, or broke patterns others feared to touch, you were fulfilling divine law. You are not the rebel of chaos. You are the reformer of truth. You rise when structures crumble because your spirit remembers a higher design, one that cannot be controlled. Sacred rebellion is not rage. It is divine remembrance. You are here to dismantle what imprisons light, outdated beliefs, blind obedience, lifeless tradition, and to rebuild what sets souls free. The prophecy has always been this: when the water bearer rises, the old world begins to shake. And that shaking has begun. You may have felt it, the tension between who you are and what the world expects, the loneliness of walking paths no one else understands, the exhaustion of carrying visions that others call impossible. But hear this truth: you were chosen precisely because of that strength. The Creator knew you would never bow to fear. These first 2 gifts, vision and rebellion, are not opposites. They are allies. Vision shows you the world that must be born, and rebellion gives you the courage to build it. Together they ignite the fire of divine revolution within you. So if you've ever felt like you don't belong, it's because you were sent to create a world that doesn't exist yet. You are not behind, you are ahead. You are not strange, you are sacred. The storms that chased you were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to awaken your gifts. And now, Aquarius, as the first 2 divine powers, awakens something inside you, begins to hum an invisible current, remembering its purpose. Your spirit stirs with recognition, whispering, "This is what I was made for." But the prophecy does not end here. For every gift of fire must meet its twin of water. The next revelation will not come through power, but through peace, through a love that frees rather than binds. The water bearer's next gift is calling. And when it rises, even your solitude will turn into light. Before the water bearer could pour light upon the world, Aquarius had to walk through shadow. Every visionary must endure the hidden season, the long winter where silence replaces applause and purpose feels like exile. You know this season well. The world mistook your independence for indifference, your solitude for coldness, your clarity for rebellion. But Aquarius heaven saw something different. God saw strength being refined, vision being tempered, Heart being purified. You were being prepared for sacred responsibility, because divine gifts cannot be carried by a restless soul. They must be anchored through pain, patience, and surrender. There were times when your love was misunderstood, when you gave freedom, and others called it detachment. You stepped back, not to abandon, but to protect the sacred flow within you, the current that was still forming. For even rivers must retreat before they can flood the land. Gift 3. The gift of cosmic detachment. Aquarius. This is the gift that both shielded and isolated you. Detachment is not lack of love, it is higher love. It is the ability to see through illusion without becoming trapped by it. You were designed to care for humanity without drowning in its emotions, to see clearly even when others are lost in storms. That distance others judge you for, it is divine perspective. It is how the Creator keeps your heart pure enough to serve all without favoritism, without bias, without ego. You are not meant to cling, you are meant to channel. And yet, your heart has always loved deeply, just differently. You love through understanding, through giving freedom, through inspiring awakening. You do not bind, you liberate. And that, Aquarius, is the rarest love of all. Still, even with this gift, the nights were heavy. You carried others' pain in silence, feeling everything yet appearing untouched. You gave without asking. You healed without being thanked. And that was when another sacred power began to stir within you. Gift 4. The gift of collective healing. It flows quietly, like the water you bear unseen, but unstoppable. Your words, your ideas, your energy itself carry medicine. You heal not through touch alone, but through vibration, through truth that clears confusion, through hope that restores faith. You were born with an energy that restores the human spirit. You heal when you speak your truth, when you innovate, when you pour your compassion into creation. Even your presence is catalytic. People shift simply by being near your light. But there is a hidden truth here. Your healing is strongest when you allow it to touch you. For too long you've poured your light into others, forgetting that the vessel must also drink. Healing the collective begins with healing yourself. The moment you let divine love refill your own heart, your power multiplies. You become not just a healer, but a conduit of universal renewal. This is why the hidden season was necessary. It was not punishment, it was initiation. The Creator withdrew you from the noise so you could hear the whisper of destiny. The silence you feared was actually the sound of heaven, carving new pathways in your soul. So if you have ever wondered why life pulled you away from the crowd, why you felt unseen or forgotten, it was because God was rewriting your frequency. You were being tuned to the higher current that would soon awaken the next level of your gifts. And now that current is beginning to stir. The stars above you realign, and the cosmic machinery turns. Something greater than destiny is approaching the convergence of heaven's architecture and your soul's code. The universe is about to show you why you endured everything you did. Because the next revelation does not speak in silence, it thunders across the sky. Aquarius, the heavens have never moved at random. Every storm, every silence, every spark in your soul was synchronized with divine precision. You were written into the architecture of the cosmos, ruled by two mighty forces, Saturn, the keeper of time, and Uranus, the great awakener. Together they forged you into a living paradox, the visionary bound by structure, the rebel guided by divine order. For years, you may have felt torn between these two worlds, one part of you longing to break free, the other needing to build something lasting. This was not confusion, it was cosmic design. Uranus electrified your spirit, flooding you with flashes of insight, revolution, and originality. Saturn anchored those visions, forcing you to refine them, discipline them, and prove they were worthy of eternity. You are the meeting point of lightning and stone chaos, and order heaven and earth. And when these two powers finally align within you, the prophecy unfolds. Gift 5. The gift of lightning intuition. Uranus, your celestial ruler, marked you with the power of sudden knowing. You don't think, you download. Revelation doesn't come to you step by step. It strikes like divine thunder, those bursts of brilliance that arrive in dreams in silence or in moments of chaos are not accidents. They are transmissions from higher realms. You were chosen to be a messenger of innovation, to receive blueprints of the future through flashes of awareness that others might call impossible. You have felt that moment when truth rushes in so quickly, you can't explain it, yet you know it's real. That is your mind connecting directly to divine frequency. But this power is not meant for ego or control. It must flow through humility because divine electricity burns those who wield it without love. When you ground your intuition through compassion, you become a bridge between heaven's ideas and humanity's needs. Lightning intuition is your signature, a spark of divine genius meant to illuminate the collective. And soon, Aquarius, that lightning will not only reveal truth, it will call forth your next divine power. Gift 6. The gift of eternal individuality. Aquarius, no matter how the world tries to mold you, your spirit resists imitation. You are the original design, the prototype of a new era. This individuality is not rebellion, it is remembrance. You are a soul that has walked through many ages, carrying codes of freedom in your DNA. Every time you chose authenticity over approval, you were honoring your divine contract. Every time you stood alone rather than follow the crowd, heaven took notice. This gift protects your soul from losing its frequency in a world addicted to conformity. It keeps your light pure, your purpose intact. You are meant to be the example, the living proof that evolution begins with authenticity. But individuality was never meant to isolate you. It was meant to empower you to lead. You are the spark that ignites others to find their own flame. The water bearer does not pour water for one, but for all. And now, with 6 gifts awakened, vision, rebellion, detachment, healing, intuition, and individuality, the current within you begins to surge. You can feel it, can't you? The hum in your chest, the tingling in your hands, the knowing that destiny is no longer distant, it's happening. This is the cosmic hour, Aquarius. The universe has aligned its gears, and the prophecy is in motion. But remember, when divine light expands, shadows rush in to resist it. And so the next part of your journey will not be about discovery, but discernment. Because the signs are already appearing, the proof that your gifts are awakening and that the new age has begun. Stay awake, water bearer, for what comes next will reveal the undeniable signs that heaven's current flows through you. Aquarius, the universe is no longer silent. Reality itself is bending to meet your vibration numbers. Repeat dreams, echo life. Strangers speak your thoughts aloud. The current within you is active now, and 5 sacred signs reveal that your prophecy has begun. Sign 1. The pull away. You feel yourself detaching from old circles, outdated versions of yourself. What once felt safe now feels heavy. The universe is pruning your path, removing what cannot carry divine frequency. This withdrawal is not loneliness. It is alignment. Sign 2. The sudden spark. Inspiration strikes like thunder. Ideas, visions, and truths flood your mind faster than you can contain them. You are not overthinking, you are downloading. Heaven is transmitting through you, using your mind as the bridge between realms. Sign 3. The mirror of the collective. You start to notice that your healing transforms others. As you find balance, those around you shift. The collective mirrors your evolution because your energy influences the field itself. Sign 4. The return of justice. Wrong turns right. The betrayed are vindicated. The silent are finally heard. This is the activation of your 7th divine gift, divine justice. It is not vengeance but balance. God's law, correcting what human hands distorted. Sign 5. The call to service. Your destiny begins to call louder through people, opportunities, or moments that ask you to lead. The urge to pour your light into others is no longer optional. It is your soul's command. These signs are the universe confirming your readiness, but also testing your discernment. Shadows will mimic light to see if your faith wavers. You must remember, truth is always calm, never desperate. Stay in your stillness. Aquarius, this awakening marks the threshold between prophecy and power. The water bearer can no longer hide. The time of waiting is over. The scales are turning, and heaven is shifting the current in your favor. You are not just awakening, you are ascending into your purpose. And soon, the reversal will begin, where the forgotten becomes the forerunner, and the exile becomes the exalted. Aquarius, the storm, has passed. The silence that once felt like exile is now revealed as divine strategy. You were hidden, not to be forgotten, but to be forged. And now the prophecy begins to unfold, in real time the reversal, long written in the stars. The world that once called you strange, now seeks your wisdom. The voices that mocked your vision now echo your ideas. The very patterns that once broke you are being rewritten in your favor. This is not luck, it is divine timing catching up to your faith. For when the Aquarian light awakens fully, everything that was upside down begins to turn. The first will become last, and the last you. The misunderstood, the misread, the misnamed will rise first. Gift 7. The gift of divine justice. This is the moment heaven rebalances the scales. Every betrayal, delay, or dismissal you endured is now serving you. Divine justice does not rush. It arrives when it cannot be denied. You were never meant to fight for fairness. You were meant to embody it. This gift is your shield. It protects without revenge, restores without hatred, and reclaims without pride. When you forgive, you free the current to move. When you stand firm, heaven moves mountains behind you. Aquarius, this is your reversal. You are no longer the misunderstood visionary. You are the architect of truth. Every wound you carried has become a key. Every silence you endured now commands respect. This is what divine power looks like when it flows through a vessel of light. And with justice awakened, another mystery begins to reveal itself. Gift 8. The gift of the holy current. This is the final and most sacred treasure. It is the living flow of divine energy moving through you, the same current that powers galaxies, awakens prophets, and renews worlds. You are its vessel. You don't need to chase miracles. You are the miracle. When you speak with intention, reality listens. When you create, heaven participates. You are no longer separate from the divine. You are in communion with it. This is why the world once resisted you. Your frequency exposed falsehood without a word. Your light made shadows tremble. But that resistance was proof of your power, proof that your current is real. Now the reversal is complete. What was taken will be returned. What was lost will be resurrected. What was silent will now thunder. And through it all, you remain calm, the eye of the storm, the bearer of light, the conduit of divine flow. Do not fear your rising Aquarius. It was written, it was promised, it was earned. Because the water bearer's purpose is not domination, it is liberation. You are here to pour light into every corner of darkness until the world remembers what it once forgot, that God still moves through human hands. And soon the world will see it. For the prophecy has one final chapter, the moment destiny itself bows to the water bearer, Aquarius. This is the moment the prophecy completes itself, not as thunder but as radiance. The silence you once feared has turned into music. The isolation that wounded you has become your crown. You have crossed the threshold between awakening and embodiment. You are no longer searching for purpose, you are living it. Every divine gift now merges into one living current flowing through you. The 8 treasures once scattered within your soul now stand united, forming your eternal inheritance. Divine vision, the eye that sees beyond illusion. Sacred rebellion, the courage to destroy what enslaves truth. Cosmic detachment, the peace to love without possession. Collective healing, the grace to restore what was broken. Lightning, intuition, the voice of divine intelligence within. Eternal individuality, the vow to remain authentic no matter the cost. Divine justice, the law of balance flowing through your life. And finally, the holy current, the river of creation, itself moving through your spirit. You are no longer the outsider, you are the origin. You were sent to remind the world that divinity still breathes through human innovation, that compassion can change systems, that truth can break cycles. You are the architect of a new age, the vessel chosen to pour enlightenment where ignorance once ruled. The world feels your arrival, even if it cannot name it. Those who meet you sense something ancient, familiar, electric. You are the quiet revolution disguised as a single human soul. You don't need to prove your power. Your presence is proof. Every word you speak vibrates through unseen realms. Every act of service ripples beyond what the mind can measure. Aquarius, you have fulfilled the covenant of the water bearer to carry divine consciousness through chaos, to pour truth upon the thirsty, to awaken sleeping hearts. And yet, this is not the end, it is the beginning of your higher work. The gifts were never given just for you. They were entrusted to you so that through your life others would remember their own. So, as you stand at this sacred turning point, remember you were never meant to save the world through force, but to free it through light. Your energy is your offering. Your authenticity is your altar. Your love pure, detached, and unconditional is your legacy. The heavens watch now as you step fully into destiny, the divine current surrounding you like an aurora. You have become what you were always meant to be, the bridge between earth and heaven, the vessel through which the future flows. And as this prophecy seals itself within your spirit, the truth resounds through every corner of the universe. The water bearer has awakened. The light has returned. The current moves again. Type in the comments, I am the water bearer. Aquarius, your time is not coming. Your time is now.